can't promise marriage right now, but I'm happy with how things are. Hello, my friend. My name is Precious Olalere, and I would like to welcome you to the Court of Love podcast, where we rule on matters of the heart using biblical principles. In this episode, we are going to be answering a question from Instagram. Yes, a relationship question from Instagram. And interestingly, this is from a guy. And this is not to say that we don't receive relationship questions from guys often, but I think that in my experience, most of the questions that I get are always from ladies. And so it is interesting to see that a guy is actually coming out to express how he feels, and he really wants to make his relationship work by asking the right questions. I'm going to read the question and we're going to talk about it. So, I started dating this gorgeous girl 3 months ago, and things have been going very fine in my opinion. But apparently, she didn't see it that way. She asked me where I see the relationship going, and I told her that it's just been 3 months, but so far, so good. She then went on to say that any man that cannot say yes or no is confused, and confusion is a red flag. To be honest, this isn't me being confused. I just said the truth that the relationship is going well, but she doesn't seem convinced. It's like she wants to hear something else, but I don't know what else I should tell her. I can't promise marriage or anything right now because I'm just letting things unfold. It's too early in my opinion, but I don't want to lose her. Can the ladies tell me what to say to make her just trust me, and let's enjoy the process together and let things just happen naturally? I would appreciate your response. God bless you. God bless you too, my brother. So this is a very interesting question, particularly because most times when, relationship coaches speak, relationship therapies, whatsoever, anytime that has to do with relationship advice and relationship tips, right? Most times they say that a guy has to be very forthcoming about his emotions, his feelings, and what he really wants from you. And the truth of the matter is that there are some times that it's not one size fits all, right? Because relationship dynamic is different for every individual, which is the case for this guy. He clearly loves this lady and he really do not want to lose her, and is confused about what to do because this lady is thinking, if this guy is not forthcoming with his emotions or his feelings, that means he's wasting my time. And the guy, in his own perspective, does not think that he's wasting our time. However, he just wants to go with the flow, enjoy the process, right? Yes. Okay. So let's dive into it. I think this is in two parts. I'm going to talk to the guy and also address the ladies as well, because I understand that ladies can be confused as well as guys also perplexed as to what to do when they are faced with this kind of situation. So before we start, the unfortunate truth is that there might be no right answer to give to this woman or give to this lady that you are truly, truly interested in. Because after all, I don't want to promise marriage, and I cannot promise you anything right now. Sounds like I don't know what I want. That is probably the way it sounds to this lady. If you are the lady in this particular situation, or as the case is right now, the guy in this particular scenario, in this episode, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 reasons why you might not be ready as a guy. And for the lady, 3 reasons why a guy might not be ready to commit to you. So, from my experience, here are some of the reasons why this guy might be saying, I really want to enjoy the process. I do not want to lose you. However, I cannot promise you marriage or anything. The first one is he's scared of his feelings. Yes, that's the truth. 3 months might be a little bit short for some people, and it might not for others. It's relative, right? But one thing for sure is that this guy is probably scared of his feelings. You are probably scared of your feeling for this lady. And that is probably one of the huge reasons why you do not want to commit to this lady yet, because you are still coming to terms of processing that feeling, that emotion, that rush of feeling that you get when you are with this lady. And it's also important to know that feeling isn't always very easy for guys to process. And so for a lady, it might take a lady a very short while to process how she's feeling for this particular guy, if she wants to be with him, if she doesn't want to be with him. However, for guys, it's a little bit different because they are not as emotional as we ladies are. And so it can take them a little bit of time to actually get to that place of being secure in that feeling that they actually feel towards you. Now, this feeling of love has taken him by surprise, and he still needs time to process this emotion. And so what you need to do as a lady in this situation is actually to give him time to process this emotion, and do not pressure him, because what happens when you pressure this guy to commit to something that is not 100% sure about is going to later on lead to maybe resentment and even ultimately a breakup, because at the end of the day, he's going to say, oh, well, I wasn't really feeling it. I was just pressured because I didn't want to lose you. And as a woman, you don't want to find yourself in a relationship where the guy is committing to you out of pity or out of fear. Sign number 2. Is terrible at expressing his emotions. Oh my goodness. This is closely related to the first point where I talked about, the guy still trying to process his emotion. The main problem could be that he doesn't just know how to communicate his feelings, his emotions. The truth of the matter is that guys often struggle with expressing themselves. They don't find it as easy as it is for ladies, to express themselves. And this could be the reason why this guy is taking his time out to figure out what is actually feeling and then communicate that to you in the best possible way. So maybe he does like you, but he's just, afraid of commitment or of sharing that emotion, which if that's the case, he might need more time to, process that thought, turn that thought into words and communicate how he feels towards you. Also, you might also need more trust for him to be able to be open and clear with you as well. In fact, I would go as far to say that this is a common scenario with guys, when they are struggling to communicate how they feel. I don't want this to be like a stereotype with guys, struggling to communicate their emotions, their needs, because guys need to do better. Guys need to do better because they need to be more expressive with their emotions, with their feelings, with their wants, desires, and needs, right? Because we are emotional beings. Number 3, he might actually not know what he wants. That's the truth. And it is a very bitter pill to swallow. The truth of the matter is that, cut this guy some slack. We've all been in a situation or stage in our life where we did not really know what we wanted to do, and probably that's what is actually happening to him now. He doesn't really know what he wants. And when it comes to relationship, you can agree that that's a very big decision to make. You don't just want to jump into it because of the butterflies that you feel in your belly or the rush of emotions that you feel when this person is around you, right? You don't just want to jump into it. The choice is about to make as drastic consequences for his future, whether it's going to go good or it's going to turn bad. And so he's probably maybe taking time to decide if this is genuinely what he wants. So my friend, it might not just be about you, but about his life. So my friend, if you genuinely love this guy, you genuinely see a potential in that relationship blossoming into something beautiful and long lasting, I would suggest that you give this guy a little bit of time. Hey, it's just been 3 months, so like I said, he probably needs time to process his emotions, gather his thoughts, and communicate that clearly to you in order for you to actually walk the path of a long-lasting relationship. However, if you think that you do not have the time or the energy to invest and wait around for this guy to make up his mind about what he truly wants from you, you can also walk away. That's an option, right? It's not holding you down, but you need to also cut him some slack and know that sometimes we genuinely do not know what we want sometimes, and we only need a little bit of time to actually figure that out. So, final words: give it time, trust the process, and finally pray. You cannot take out the place of prayer. So if you are this guy in this situation, I think you might need to pray about it for you to get clarity about the direction that relationship is heading. Obviously, you should have prayed about that before even starting out the relationship. But hey, That's not to say that you cannot also go back to God in prayer. And also, if you are the lady, you might also want to spend time in the place of prayer as well, to be sure that you are not making the wrong decision by walking away or by staying. All right, that's what I have for you today on this episode. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you found this helpful. If you are in this particular situation, or you know someone that is going through something like this, please do well to share this episode with them. It would definitely bless their lives. If you would also like to share your story as well, you can always get in contact with me. I'll leave the details in the description. As always, do not forget to like, share, leave a comment, subscribe to this podcast. Yes, so that you'll be the first person to get notified when I make a new upload. Till I see you again next time, my friend. Stay blessed.